I'm a very happy person just because of the fact that United had lost their match 2-0. I'm not looking forward to see much from Man City. He has this high octane pressing football philosophy that he wants to introduce into the team. They are the only team that looks like they can actually win the Premier League. And then, bro, can't even mention the name, Andoni Iraola, right? What is good is Katie, not your regular podcast host. If you're here on some negative energy, save that toxicity for someone else. If you're here to show some love, please like and comment. Subscribe if you're new here. If you're listening on Spotify, please give us a 5-star rating and follow us over there as well. Now let's enjoy this episode of the Katie Impact podcast. Before I continue, I want to rephrase that and say that this is Katie Impact Football, right? Officially introducing a spin-off of the main podcast because I want to do mainly football content on one side and focus on the other stuff for the main podcast. So this is going to be a spin-off. The Premier League has started and I'm going to be giving back-to-back weekly reviews of match days, right? So this is match day 1 and I'm going to give you a review of what I've seen throughout the week. Obviously, Chelsea, I'm going to be giving, you know, reviews on the big six: Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, Arsenal, and then Tottenham. Apart from those teams, you will not be hearing much unless obviously these teams are playing with other teams in the Premier League. So I'll be talking about these other teams from time to time. And obviously there'll be Champions League as well and FA Cup, and I will not be talking about the Europa though, but there'll be some other tournaments that I'll be talking about. But this is KT Impact Football and it will be purely football content, mainly revolving around the Premier League and the Champions League. So let's get right into it. It is only right that I start with Liverpool because that's my favorite team. If you know me, you know. If you're new here, know that is you never walk alone, you never walk alone over here. So you'll be hearing that a lot more than the other 5 teams. But I'll try as much as possible to, give you enough on all the other teams. But yeah, I'm gonna start with Liverpool because I just watched the match a few minutes ago, probably almost an hour now. But I have so much to say, but so little at the same time, right? Because I have to wait and see what happens later on. But I'm not going to lie. And then, bro, can't even mention the name, Andoni Iraola, right? He reminds me so much of Klopp. I'm not even going to lie. He reminds me so much of Klopp. When Klopp came in 2015, he didn't really have doubters, though. People didn't really doubt him that much. But when he came, people looked at his the financial status of the team, the structure of the team, where the team was coming from after Brendan Rodgers left and all that. And we were in a bad state in 2015, but Jurgen Klopp came and he made changes gradually. And I feel like people need to give Andoni Iraola time to settle in, get with the players. Obviously, I've heard that the players are already impressed with the highly communicative style that he's using on the players. He has been talking to the players one on one, trying to get to know them personally and all that. And I remember when I was listening to Dario Fessio when he invited Jurgen Klopp on, he was talking about how um Jurgen Klopp was, very, very good with the players. He had a very good relationship with the players. Let me say it like that. So Klopp actually said that yeah, he talked to the players one on one. He tried to understand each of them individually so that he knows how to coach them, he knows how to talk to them. And I feel like if Variola is doing that, he's off to a good start. And he has also introduced the pressing football again. He has this high octane pressing football philosophy that he wants to introduce into the team. And I'm already seeing it. Our passing accuracy was very bad. About 2 out of 3 of our passes were always intercepted or it was wrongly passed to the Newcastle counterpart. So I feel like our passing needs to improve a lot, and our defensive structure is bad. Defensively, we are so inconsistent, and I know it's because of the high line and the fact that we are pressing. But when we were playing under Klopp, I'll be comparing with Klopp a lot because he's trying to introduce that high pressing style back, right? When we started with Klopp, I realized that we had high score lines. I mean, tight, like very tight score lines with high goals, right? Or mini goals, let me say it like that. So we can get like a 5-2 win, 5-3, 5-4, 4-3, 3-2. Those were like tight score lines, but obviously It was many goals in the match, right? And we used to have this edgy football where we are leading 2-1, the other team comes. So it's like our defense was bad and our attack was good. So we still concede goals, but we are still scoring. And we have a lot of I mean sorry, in this particular match that we played against Newcastle, we had a lot of shots, but we could only make use of one. If not for the fact that Shubozla had a penalty, we would have lost that match 2-1. Losing our first match was not going to be a good look. So I'm happy that we managed to force it a 2 to draw with a penalty. I mean, a penalty is not the best thing to use. We could have scored an open play goal, but obviously it looks like our attack still needs some chemistry. I just realized that obviously, as I said, the passing accuracy is very bad. So I think that the players need to have, you know, they need to understand each other on the pitch. They need to know how their movements are on the pitch so that they can like they can work as a team. Basically, I could see that the team was still not, the chemistry, like, I don't even know what I'm saying. The chemistry wasn't perfect, but obviously I've seen the intensity, I've seen the running, I've seen the high press, and I'm very, very happy. People are looking at Irariola and it's like his structure and his, philosophy might not work in the current Liverpool team, but that's what happened when Jurgen Klopp came. I don't know, I'm going to keep comparing because it's almost the same. When Klopp came in 2015, people were looking at the way he wants to play football. This heavy metal, is it going to help us? The way we are not even buying players, we have mid players, mid-table team at that moment in the time. A whole lot was going on, and people were looking at us, and it was like this high pressing that we want to play, is it going to work, and all that. So I feel like we need to give Areola time. I'm not saying he's definitely going to succeed. He can fail. It's very possible, but before that time comes, look at what he's doing currently and let's look at how he can improve. I'm still annoyed and pissed about the fact that we are not buying players. The only player that I'll shout out that was new on the pitch today was Kumas. I feel like Kumas was the only player on the pitch today. He came in the late, the 80 minutes, I think 80 minutes plus. And he actually made a difference. I could see that, yeah, he came in with new energy and Frimpong was on and off. Frimpong was good at some points. He wasn't good. And Jackets who wasn't too impressive today. I think he got subbed off for Arau. Arau too, I didn't see much from him. But all in all, it was not a good start. 2-2 draw was not a good start, considering the fact that we had a late penalty to secure that draw. But I'm looking forward to more because I believe Iraola can do the job. I believe Iraola can do the job. So let's see how that goes. But yes, obviously, after I'm done with Liverpool, I have to talk about Man United. As a Liverpool fan, if you are seeing Man United losing their first match after all that plenty talk that they were talking about, it gives some joy. I'm actually a very happy. Even if we had a draw, I'm a very happy person just because of the fact that United had lost their match 2-0, not even a goal. What more could I ask for, basically, right? But looking at the Man United team, first of all, I didn't watch the match, so I can't say much, right? Michael Carrick is actually a good coach. I believe that he's stable enough to, take Man United throughout the season. But they are talking too much. I feel like Man United fans are talking too much. They're already making noise, Carrick ball, Carrick ball, Carrick. Like, don't give this man pressure before he comes and then he doesn't know what to do anymore. I feel like they need to actually relax and give him time to build because there's still so much inconsistency in Man United that they need to handle. Carrick has so much that he needs to. So like there are so many problems that needs to be handled in the team before they can look, complete to be able to be in a competition in and out, in and out, in and out. But yeah, there's not much to say about the match. Hull City came in, you know, from the championship and then they they made all of us know that yeah, they came from the championship but they were not here to play. They were not here to play at all. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing, Carrick do well. Trust me, I'm one of the biggest Man United haters. Just ignoring, in fact, consider the fact that I'm a Liverpool fan first, and then just ignore all that, and then just look at the Man United team and their fans, their fan base alone. Before I even talk about Arsenal, I'm about to get to Arsenal in a bit, but Man United is one of the most annoying teams in the the Premier League. I'm not even going to lie, but yeah, That's it basically for Man United. Chelsea would be playing tomorrow, right? But this video is going to come. By the time it comes out, they still wouldn't have played, right? So I'm looking forward to Alonso's debut as well. His first game, I think, is against. I didn't check. I've not checked, but they're also having their game tomorrow in the evening, and I'm looking forward to Alonso. Alonso was a Liverpool player. He went to Madrid, and he even coached there recently, and he got sacked. But I had a feeling, I believed, no, I had a feeling, I actually believed that Alonso would have been good for Real Madrid, but they didn't give him time to do what he had to do. So I'm happy that he's at Chelsea, and Chelsea have given him, the chance to do the work, right? So let's see what he does at Chelsea. There's not much to say about them for now. So I'll be moving on to Arsenal. Now, Arsenal is the only complete team in the Premier League currently. To be very honest, defensive wise, center, the midfield, the forwards, everybody's the substitutes, everybody that goes in and comes is not, if not perfect, they are getting there and then they can deliver if they have to. So Arsenal only they are the only team that looks like they can actually win the Premier League, and they'll be winning it for the second time consecutively. So that would be very, you know, annoying to watch. I don't even know what I'm that's going to be very annoying to watch. But yeah, Arsenal is a good team. Obviously, everybody was saying, yeah, just Coventry, just Coventry, just Coventry. So, you know, but guess what? Hull City lashed Man United. Obviously, Man United and Arsenal are not the same, but it's a championship team regardless, right? So, yeah, Coventry, I think they are well, their manager or their coach is Frank Lampard, and Frank Lampard had this thing with Jurgen Klopp a while ago, I think in 2020 during the COVID era, and he disrespected Jurgen Klopp. So I'm not a Frank Lampard fan at all. So I know that doesn't have to translate to the team itself, but I'm not looking to see if Coventry is going to survive in the Premier League or not. I really don't care, to be honest. But yeah, that's it for us now. And then Tottenham. I don't even know what to say about Tottenham. When they were ending the season, I I saw the changes that the coach came to make in the last few games, right? And I was very, very optimistic about them coming into this season. I was just like, you know what, Tottenham might actually have a good chance of, fighting for top five, top four. And how they started the Premier League is already disappointing. Obviously, they can improve later on. But a 3-0 scoreline and against what was it, Brentford, right? Was very disappointing. At least if they got one or two goals, we can say okay, they are easing into the Premier League. But 0 goals to 3, that was very horrible, to be honest. But yeah, I'm looking to see if the coach at Tottenham will be able to do well. I mean, improve as the weeks go by. And yeah, now to Man City. Man City is the last team I'm going to talk about because I don't have much to say about them, right? Coming into the season, I thought they were going to struggle a lot. Obviously, they struggled against Bournemouth, but they still managed to get a win. So I feel like they'll be tussling and hustling like this in the Premier League throughout the season. I don't know, because Enzo Maresca from Pep is a big transition, right? But the fact that they've lost Rodri as well, and they also lost Bernardo Silva, right? So I'm not looking forward to see much from Man City, but the Man City fans are making noise. They are saying that they are still going to maintain, you know, good football in the Premier League. They are not going to flop totally and all that. So we are looking forward to that. They managed to get a 2-1 win against Bournemouth when Bournemouth had been securing that one goal for about 85 minutes. They scored one goal early on in the match, and they protected that one goal till I don't know what happened. Guardiola's goal was very, 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 very exquisite. I don't know what adjective to use, but that goal was beautiful. But yeah, that's it for match day one. I'm looking forward to the Chelsea match as well. But thank you so much for watching. If you watch to this point, please like and comment. Subscribe if you are new here, and let's keep it going. Next week, new episode, new arguments and stuff to talk about. But yeah, the Premier League is off to a good start. Obviously, Liverpool started off badly, not totally bad, as I said. It's not as bad as I I mean, I actually expected better than what we did today. I'm not even going to lie. So I was a little bit disappointed, but let's see how it goes throughout the season. And yeah, that's it for this episode. We out.